Hello everyone, I'm Joy Daniel. Today marks the anniversary of my being on this platform, and so I thought I'd do something a bit different. I'd like to read for you a poem that I wrote. I wrote it some time ago. At the time I did the first draft, I called it Pain. Now I have termed it a bit differently. I now call it Journey to Joy. For the last year, I have encountered pain in ways that I never thought possible. But the last year has been significant because this is the first time in my life that I've actually turned over my emotions wholly to the Holy Spirit. And I found in doing that the Holy Spirit pulled joy out of pain. I didn't know that was possible. But certainly everything we encounter in life, we have different ways of responding. And there is a way that is God's way, and that way makes all the difference. And so I'm going to read this poem to you, and I'd like to encourage you to get your own copy. In the description to this video, you'll see the link, and the link will take you to a product page at which you can get booklets and you can get greeting cards for this poem and for others. We have an anointed artist, Joelle, and she does the illustrations, and you will be blessed by her artwork. Okay, so here we go. Journey to Joy. I am well acquainted with pain. The sort of wrenching, throbbing ache that sets in our bones when the battle is fierce and long, and when victories lack the capacity to produce hopeful, exuberant song. It's the real pain that Jacob experienced when he reached his promised land, where Goshen was for him a place for mere existence. His heart had long been stripped of the ability to belong. I know his pain. I have been scoured by the abrasive pain that comes from disappointment with self and with man. Years scarred by erroneous judgments and non-achievements, resulting in an overpowering sense of worthlessness. It's a vacant, dulling pain of the Ecclesiastes that forces man to question the meaning, the merit of time and his seasons, because all, despite the glitter, is daubed with meaninglessness. I know this pain, which is birthed from the knowledge that the extended hand is too often temporary, fleeting, judgmental. The pain that comes from the recognition that beneath the encouragement God will provide is staunch refusal to be that instrument. Pain springing from the baffling evidence that among friends and family are sworn foes, militant in their covenants to thrust fresh knives deep into the bowels of our misery. I know the pain that arises from the shock of this treachery, the pain that grows out of grief for lost relationships that were already long lost without our knowing. I know the pain that produces self-pity, the sort that Elijah experienced, which stripped him of a destiny that would have been even more glorious than all that God had already secured through him. And this is what stops me. This is what stills my rueful soliloquy. It's the revelation that this sort of death-directed pain is spawned from a deliberate destructive spirit purposed to rob my destiny. I must resist it from the reservoirs that God has built within me. Arsenals for survival that, though crafted in pain, are equipped with the cunning to target this familiar, pursuing, oppressive, lifelong enemy. And now this battle for life takes on a new trajectory, triggered by a fresh determination that the upcoming notes to my journey will not be defined by an author that is bent on disfiguring me. Rather, I will pull from my source, from my Father, who alone has the strategy, the methodology, and the ingenuity to build fresh foundations from annals of tragedy, to create sweet wine pulsatingly sublime, refined by time and distilled ever so carefully from experiences tinged with life-bitter concoctions. This new prospect of joy requires faith of unimaginable proportions. For one does not meet with joy in the manner that one happens upon happiness as momentary and incidental as happiness is. Rather, joy is of an entirely different hue and substance. Joy is squeezed painstakingly out of pain until it stands boldly, defiantly and sturdily like the resplendent flower that crowns thorny cactus. Joy is chiseled masterfully out of travails. It is a song of those who have been pulled through to overcome. Joy is a thunder of restoration. I am now on that journey to joy, and I'm embracing it. I'm embracing each step with childlike anticipation, for I am assured that once secure, found fortress of joy cannot be easily dismantled. They form the chords of a redeemed, entirely revolutionized, and strengthened spirit. Once joy is established, there is no force that can cap it. This growth into joy is immune to casualty. For the one who leads the path of my soul's recovery has demonstrated his capacity for miraculous miracles. Consequently, I dare say, undeniably, I trust him unreservedly to pull joy from the piercing pains of my turbulent history. Here is to joy.